it's the Hellion. The Hellion rocks. We're here on Emmure's tour bus. These guys are ready to smash Albuquerque. I'm here with Jesse and Mike. What's up, guys?
Not too much, man. Just hanging out.
Yeah.
So, cool news. You know, you guys got a brand new album going to be dropping, Eternal Enemies, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
A couple weeks.
April 15th, man. We're really stoked to put it out.
And then, on top of that, I just heard today that you guys are going to be back on the Mayhem Fest, headlining Victory Records stage, correct?
That is very correct.
That's,
yeah, we just found out that we're announced that today. So
that's amazing. Good things happening for you guys.
Absolutely.
All the time.
Very excited.
So tell us, how did we get here? How did we get to all this goodness for you guys?
I mean, just a long path, I'd say, of trial and error and, you know, support, the right place at the right time, and just a bunch of different variables, and I guess we just keep pushing on. And it really comes down to the five of us. You know, the weakest link in your band will be, your strongest point is your weakest link.
Exactly.
Rephrase that. So basically, that's where we're in a very positive state that we've been in the last few years with this lineup that we've had now, and we all are kind of on the same wavelength with pretty much everything, and that's really important too, to achieve a goal. We all see the same thing. If everybody sees different things in their heads, it's going to just kind of, you know, fights and nobody gets anything done. So,
yeah, but other than that, you know, it's just the same as everyone else, ruining your credit, going out, being broke for years, fucking grinding out in a van,
yeah,
finally making it into a bus, and you know, it's mostly just about staying out there, make sure you're able to see every single one of our fans, you know, every continent, every country, whatever it might be. You know, it's just super important for us. We're out there 8, 9, 10 months a year typically, and I think that has a lot to do with it as well. We just pretty much never stop touring, and when we do stop, it's just to record a record, catch our breath, and then go do it all over again.
I know you guys are always hard working. You know, several years ago, Victory Records got a hold of me and let me know about you guys, and I've been checking you guys down on my radar ever since. And you know, every time I look at you guys, you're always busy doing some touring, in the studio recording. When you guys do that, you know, how do you guys come together with your tracks? Do you guys bring in individual pieces? Do you guys jam together and pull out from there? What's the writing process for Emmure like?
Well, the last few records have been, we started messing with the computer stuff, using like the software, and trying to get that going on, because we all live in different places. So, you know, Mike would write a song or a riff or two riffs or three or whatever, and just start sending them over, and we would all just kind of smash together and create songs, send it to each other. I make ideas, meet up on tour, discuss the songs we have, work on them, go home, forget about them. So it's like, it's a little, we'll spend more, instead of being like, you know, all right, let's spend 5 weeks writing a record and then we go record it a week later. It's like we're taking more time, I think, to do it.
Absolutely.
Definitely so.
Do you guys think it helps you guys not living nearby each other? You guys have that time apart to
it's nice. What's really cool, what I've liked about writing kind of separately as opposed to going into like the band room and doing like the practice space environment and sitting there and jamming together, is when you're sitting there by yourself, we've all learned the software enough to the point to where we can program drums and we can really get like a complete idea of the sound that we're going for. So when we can send each other like our absolute complete ideas, there's so much more room for expansion, because you know, sometimes we might get into a room, you know, we're all working together, and you're gonna have 5 different dudes jumping at the same exact part of the song, trying to argue over, you know, what's gonna be the best, you know, way to make it sound, you know, the best. And you know, this way we can just kind of go, okay, here's exactly what I'm thinking. What do you think? And then they go, well, here's exactly what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna chop it in half, or add this, or do that part, or whatever. And I think that's really made us able to write better albums.
That's cool. So you take pieces and improve on that. You know, how does that work out for the person's ego that wrote it? You know, how we did it this way.
We're all in it for the same goal.
Cool.
You know what I mean? It's like we all just want to write the best possible song. There's no egos with it. It's all about the finished product being, you know, 100% Emmure and awesome.
Nice, nice. So bringing it out to the masses, you know, people that haven't seen you guys live, what can they expect when they go to an Emmure show?
It's usually pretty fucking intense.
Yeah, a lot of energy, and it's very, 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 very loud and good sounding, thanks to our sound guy Nate. He's been with us. He's like our 6th member, with us for years.
Nice.
It's always, I think it's a good experience. We always get such great feedback. You know, the videos I watch it seems like it's a good time, but it's hard to tell because I'm watching it. But
ask your friends who have seen this.
Yeah, exactly, pretty much.
You know where I was going with that? You know, you see a lot of bands today that say, you know, we don't care about the image, we don't care about the show, we're all about the music. And you know, growing up, we all knew going to a rock show was an event. You know, you guys wanted a live, when you see a band live, you want them to punk their record. You know, just bring that live performance, and that's why I was asking about that.
Yeah.
You know, we want to see that. We want rock stars up on stage tearing it up.
Yeah, well, we grew up in that era where it was just like, I mean, for us, I think mostly as a band, we're similar, like that Limp Bizkit, Korn, you know, fucking, that whole new metal era kind of, those bands live, Pantera, all them, They're not really new metal, but I mean,
right.
Yeah, they were just, I mean, they blew me away as a kid. I remember seeing up there, and they're just fucking like every single member of each band was like $1 million. I have like the member of each band that I was attached to and whatever, and that all came through in the live performance. So I think for us, it's super important that we go out there and just fucking crush it every single night. So no matter what we got going on in our personal lives, no matter what the fuck's happening, when we get on stage, it's just no bullshit.
That's cool. And that's what we're looking for again. You know, I think we need to. People keep saying that, you know, rock is dead. The live shows are dead. You know, I'm here to disparage. You know, just that ain't happening. You know, we're out here.
Yeah, they're going to the wrong shows, man.
Right. You know, the shows I go to, you know, people showing up, they're having a great time, and they're forgetting about the bills they got to pay. You know, they got to go to work next day. You know, they get lost in the music, which is what it's all about in the first place. And that's cool that you guys are carrying on with that. So, you know, speaking of that kind of stuff, what do you think the music's heading? You know, we've seen, you know, punk, we've seen regular rock, glam rock, you know, hair metal.
These days,
what's next?
It's hard to say, because I mean, I'm hearing bands now where I'll hear like it'll sound like a, you know, some pop radio song, and the next thing will be like the heaviest breakdown I've ever heard, and then it'll be like some fast punk shit.
With the record scratches over.
Yeah,
so
there's just like there's so much like fusion
wild,
stuff going on that it's almost like impossible to say where it's going. Like you know, maybe thought I had a cue a few years ago, and then looking at, you know, now, who knows? I mean, it's just like it's crazy out there. There's so much different shit going on, but it's beautiful. It's awesome. I mean, there's just like, I mean, even on the Mayhem tour, there's quite a bit of diversity with the lineup. You got death metal bands, got kind of like the radio rock bands, got like
it stretches
like
all
us.
across.
And it's just, I mean, broad spectrum is what it's all about.
That's cool that, you know, you see that happening. You know, I've seen Ice-T and Body Counts back on the
that's
lineup. That's kind of a cool thing to
check
out. You know, I've seen that. I've seen venues and tour bookers try to, you know, meld the audiences together. I caught the Red Hot Chili Peppers one time with Snoop Dogg. So you wouldn't think that when it worked out. You know, Snoop came out with a band and actually played some Metallica and some Sabbath. You know, which kind of threw me for a loop.
That's cool. That's cool.
I always like those mix-ups. Like we did the Warped Tour before, and it was the same thing. It was like that tour's got some extreme diversity, because you might have like hip hop, you might have like some folk bands, but on top of it, they're gonna have like punk bands, metalcore bands, dubstep. They have everything. It's crazy, but that's what it takes to get a lot of fucking people.
That's cool.
That. Yeah.
Get exposed to some new stuff you might not have heard before. You know, speaking of what we listened to, what did you guys grow up on? What made you guys want to do this crazy life?
Oh, well, like I said, I mean, for me, like Korn, Limp Bizkit, you know, Pantera, Meshuggah, Machine Head, you know, all those types of bands I really looked up to as a kid. And I don't know, it's actually been very, very fortunate. We've been able to actually like tour with some of those bands and become friends with them, which is the total fucking trip. But I don't know, man. I grew up in that '90s new metal, fucking heavy bullshit. That was my thing. You too, right?
Pretty much, yeah. All that stuff and Deftones, and I got into like Fear Factory, and then got into like death metal, Morbid Angel Nile, and all types of stuff like that. And kind of at that point, in like 1999, 2000, 2001, well, it was actually way before that, but at that point, I was just pretty much, I had my first band. I was 16, 17, and I was like just like gung-ho, like this is it. I'm gonna get out of high school and do what I gotta do to make my weekend passion a career, pretty much. And yeah, it was a lot of like you said, a lot of Pantera, Meshuggah. Meshuggah changed my life. And when they put out the album Nothing in 2000, and me and my friends, we'd hang out and we took fucking acid and we just listened to Meshuggah, and it would be like mind explosion. Like, I get it, I understand now. So I just, a lot of that stuff really changed my life and made me like go like, all right, that's it. This is what you have to do. So that's it. Like it's and here we are. So it's kind of,
it worked.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what was it exactly? Who knows? But there's so many things, you know what I mean, in going down the avenue, that one thing made it, and here we are. Nice. So
Victory Records is taking care of you guys, man, doing a good job on PR and getting the word out. Eternal Enemies, man, let's talk about that again. What can we expect on that record?
Man, well, first of all, again, very, very intense, very dark record, like start to finish. And what I really like about it is this is the first record we did in a while where we actually had to cut a bunch of songs. We had so much material that was, I mean, all of it was awesome. We were just like still going like, we gotta get this thing down to like 15 songs. What are we gonna do? Which is one of the best problems you probably ever have when you're finishing a record. And so, I mean, what I like about it is just like every possible side to Emmure. You know, like you get, you know, the melodic kind of angle, certain parts. There's like the deeply intense and fucked up and brutal parts here and there. And I mean, I really think that every possible side of the band is kind of like kind of displayed on this record. Which, I I mean, I think that the fans are going to really appreciate it.
Nice, that's good to hear. Just keep going stronger and stronger.
Very excited to put it
So,
out.
this tour you guys are on, is it going to stop and then you guys, do you have any time off before you hit the stage with Mayhem, or is it just right into it?
Oh, we got a little bit of time.
Well, April and May technically is off, but we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. We're doing the New England Metal Fest coming up next Thursday.
Yeah, I seen that. That's
I believe.
cool.
Yeah. And then we're doing Eat Your Heart Out Festival in Poughkeepsie, New York. So we're doing that. Might be shooting a video, just staying busy, and then we're off for a week, and then or 2 weeks.
Florida, we do this thing called Welcome to Rockville, with I think it's Avenged Sevenfold and
Limp Bizkit, a bunch of bands.
Yeah, it's a huge festival.
Oh no, it's Corn, right?
Yeah, we'll go out and do that, and then we're back to Europe for a little while. We're gonna do some festival shows, the Download Festival over in England, with Full Force, and a bunch of different ones that are fucking awesome. We did them back in 2012, and then we're gonna go to Russia for like 10 days.
Oh,
and,
sweet.
Yeah, so hopefully everything's cool given the political climate over there right now. But we've been there 3 times before, and Russian people are fucking amazing. They treat us so well, so we're stoked to go back and go play for them. And then basically, we're going to have to miss the first 2 days of Mayhem, actually. We're going to be busting ass straight from Europe right over to I think like Washington or something like that, and then we start the Mayhem tour.
At least you'll be here for ours.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But fortunately, LA, hopefully they caught us 3 days ago.
Right. That's awesome, man. You guys, what, 2 in a row? You guys were in last year.
Yeah.
And then now this year.
It's an incredible opportunity. It's unreal.
Yeah, we had an amazing experience last year.
That's very cool.
It's the best run tour we've probably ever been on. It's just like the way that they set it all up is perfect.
Cheery. So yeah, I know you guys we were just talking about Europe and all. That's a whole different crowd, different audience from what we get here in the United States. Those guys get wild and crazy over there and come out in masses. You see shows sell 80,000 tickets, 100,000 tickets. And I think it's because the shows are few and far between over there, and they do have those giant festivals that end up like 2 and 3 days.
Yep.
Do you guys ever get a chance to go see anything when you're over there, or is it just hustle bustle and move to the next thing?
On occasion we have time. It all depends on the tour, and then like if we do a headlining tour where we play late at night and we have an earlier sound check, usually that gives us like a little bit of break during the day to where we can go out and see the Eiffel Tower or whatever it might be. But a lot of the time it's kind of like we're confined to the venues and kind of stuff around doing the interviews, sound checks, the meet and greets, and just kind of making sure that we're prepared for the shows, because it's the most important when we're there. So it's not quite a vacation, but we do occasionally get to do some cool shit.
Well, that's cool. It beats a regular 9-to-5 job, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then meet and greets. That's kind of a cool thing that people are starting to do now. The bands before, you could never really get in touch with them, and it's got to be a good way to talk to your fans and see what they expect of you and get feedback directly from them. That's a cool thing to have happen, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. We love doing it. I mean, we try to do them at every possible festival that we do, and we've been doing all the shows on this tour, and it's been really cool. We get to meet some super psyched, super, nice, awesome, appreciative people.
That's cool.
It's the best. Our fans are so fucking cool that it's just like, it's good to hang out. It's cool.
That's cool. So, meet and greets for the fans meeting you guys. Do you guys ever get geeked out when you meet somebody? Or have you been geeked out? What's your geek out moment?
One time geeked out because I got to smoke weed with Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Well, like usually I don't really get freaked out by celebrity types, but I mean he's like a true icon. It was like at the House of Blues where he's like half owner and stuff. He's super rad, very cool guy.
Yeah, it's definitely it's interesting meeting some people. Like, that's that guy. Like, wow, and there it is. Just met him. It's done, and or all of a sudden you're hanging out, talking, and then having drinks, whatever, and that's your buddy, and you have his phone number or whatever the case may be, and it's intense. It's pretty exciting, and there's very few times where I met somebody and I like freaked. I'll definitely geek out and be like, that was that person, or wow, that person was so nice, or I can't believe that's how that person is, because I like tend to be a nice person, trying to meet everybody I can and keep it like that. So
very cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're here with Mike and Jesse from Emmure. This is going out to 140 countries. You guys tell the world what you want to tell them. It's all yours.
Thank you guys so much for supporting us. We're going to come see you no matter where the fuck you live. We'll be there sometime, probably. We love you so much.
If you just only say that in every language, then that's it.
Yeah, if we can only say that in 140 different languages or whatever. But our new record, Eternal Enemies, drops on April 15th. And please go pick it up. We worked super fucking hard on it. We're very proud of it. And thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stoked to play tonight in Albuquerque, man. It's going to be rad.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, guys. It's the Hellion. Hellion rocks. We're out.
All right.